Okay, so let's go over the study guide. So question 1 through 4 says to solve each equation. So let's take a look. So question 1 says 4x plus 8 equals 3x minus 1. Okay, to solve this, that means you're solving for x. So in order to do that, the first thing you want to do is to get your variable onto one side. Okay? Well, we have an x on both sides of the equal sign. So what I can do is since this is a positive 3x, I can subtract 3x from both sides of the equal sign. 4x minus 3x is 1x plus 8 equals 3x minus 3x is 0, so it leaves me with negative 1. Now, remember I do any adding or subtracting before I multiply or divide. So I would subtract 8 because that's the opposite operation of positive 8. That's 0, so that leaves me with x equals negative 9. And that is the answer to number 1. Okay? Number 2. It states 13a plus 12 equals 8a minus 13. Again, if you look at the equal sign, you have an a on the same side of the equal sign. Those are like terms, so we can move the variables to one side. 8a, if I subtract 8a from that, I get 0. So 8a, so I subtract 8a from both sides. That would give me 5a plus 12 equals negative 13. Then I would have to subtract 12 from both sides. That gives me 5a equals negative 25. Then 5a is 5 times a. So I would have to divide both sides by 5, and that gives me a equals negative 5. Okay? All right, let's get rid of this. And let's go number 3. So number 3 says 7a minus 4 equals 3 times a plus 9 plus 4a. Okay, so the first thing we have to do is we have to distribute. So we have 7a minus 4 equals 3a plus 27 plus 4a. Now, we have a's on both sides of the equal sign, but you will see that there are two a's on the right side of the equal sign. We have to combine our like terms before we move forward. So we'd have 7a minus 4 equals, we have 3a plus 4a plus 27. So 7a minus 4 equals 7a plus 27. And then I want to move the variable again because I have a variable on the same variable on each side of the equal sign. So I subtract 7a from both sides, and I get negative 4 equals 27. Well, negative 4 does not equal 27. So I can either just put this symbol, or I believe in the multiple choice, it says no solution. If I can spell solution. All right, and then let's erase this one. We're done with this one. All right, number 4. All right, number 4 said 2 times k minus 4 equals 1/2 4k minus 16. Again, we have to, on both sides, distribute, okay? So 2 times k is 2k. 2 times negative 4 is negative 8. 1/2 times 4k would be 2k, and 1/2 times negative 16 would be negative 8. I have a k on both sides of the equal sign, so I'm going to subtract 2k, and I get negative 8 equals negative 8. That would be all numbers, or we could call it an identity. Okay? And that's how you do 1 through 4. Now let me get rid of all this. And we're to number 5. Number 5, you have a problem. You are to choose the equation to find the unknown number and then solve. So it states 9 less than 5 times a number is 3 more than twice a number. So it would be 9 less than 5 times a number would be 5t minus 9 is equals, and then the last part was 3 more than twice a number. So that would be twice a number plus 3. So that's the equation that you would have. Then to solve this, I have a t on both sides. So I subtract 2t. That leaves me with 3t minus 9 equals 3. Then I would add 9 to both sides. And I get 3t equals 12. Then I have to divide both sides by 3. And t equals 4. Okay? All right. Number 6. Number 6 says, for 6 and 7, write an inequality for each sentence. So the cost of a tank of gas is $1.75 per gallon was more than $30. Okay? So it would be $1.75 is more than $30. Okay? And that's it. That's what you would do for 6. Number 7 states Cassidy's allowance plus 18 she earned babysitting was still less than $30. So Cassidy's allowance plus $18, what did it say, is still less than $30. And that's it. That's all you got to do. Okay? Let's see. Number 8. Number 8 said if k equals 9, what word describes the sentence 4k minus 7 is less than or equal to 30? Well, the only way we can find that out is to work it. So number 9, we have 4k minus 7 is less than or equal to 30. So let's see what it is. So 4, we replace the k with the 9. And that would be 9 times 4 is 36 minus 7 is less than or equal to 30. And then that would give us 29 is less than or equal to 30. Well, 29 is less than 30, so the word that I would say would be true. Oh, that was number 8. Sorry, not number 9. All right, number 9. Number 9 says, which inequality is graphed below? Well, remember that when you're graphing inequalities, if you just have this sign or this sign, on your number line, you have an open circle. If you have this or equals or less than or equals, then you would have a solid dot. Okay? So that tells us which inequality, will it be include the number or not. So then we take a look at where the number is. Well, the number is at -1, okay? So it looks like the variable they're using is t. So I would put my variable first. Then I know it's including the number because it's a solid dot. And then which way is the line pointing? It's pointing to the right. So my arrow or my inequality is going to point to the right. And then it's on -1, so put in the -1. So t is greater than or equal to -1. Okay? All right. Number 10. So for 10 through 14, we are just to solve each inequality. All right, so let's take a look at these inequalities. So number 10 says y minus 5 is greater than or equal to negative 8. So simply all I have to do is add 5, and that gives me y is greater than or equal to negative 3. And that's the answer. All right, number 11. We have m minus 1 2/3 is less than 1. Again, all I have to do is add 1 2/3 to both sides. Oops. And that's going to give me m is less than 2 2/3. And that's it. That's the answer. Okay? All right. Number 12. Number 12 was 13y is greater than 39. So on this one, 13y is 13 times y. So I would divide both sides by 13, and y is greater than 3. All right. Number 13. We have x divided by negative 3.2 is less than negative 19. Well, since that's division, I'll have to multiply both sides by negative 3.2. Now when I do that, this gives me x, and this side is going to give me a positive 60.8. Now remember, look what I did. Remember that you have to flip or reverse that inequality sign if you multiply or divide by a negative number. And we multiplied by a negative 3.2. So you have to flip that inequality. The only time you flip or reverse the inequality is when you multiply or divide by a negative number. Okay? All right. So we are on 14. So 14 says negative t over 3 is less than 27. Okay? So I'm going to have to times negative 3. Oops, we'll do it like that. To both sides. And that's going to give me t. And again, I have to flip the inequality because I'm multiplying times a negative. And this would give me negative 81. Okay? All right. 15. 15 states that, let's see. Michelle earns $7 per hour and gets 10% commission on sale price of each item she sells. She wants to work only 10 hours each week, and she has a weekly earnings goal of $200. Choose the inequality to find the total sales she must make to reach her goal. Then solve. Well, we could say that it's 7 times the hours plus 0.10 times the sales, or plus the 10% commission, is greater than or equal to her goal of 200. Now, they tell us how many hours she wants to work is 10. So it'd be 7 times 10 plus 0.10s is greater than or equal to 200. Now, that's one of your choices on the multiple choice, but we still have to solve that. So 7 times 10 is 70, plus 0.10s is greater than or equal to 200. So then I would subtract both sides by 70, and that gives me 0.10s is greater than or equal to 130 then divide both sides by 0.10, and S is greater than or equal to 1,300. So I would say S equals 1,300. She would have to do 1,300 sales in order to get, and work 10 hours in order to make $200. Okay? All right. And number 16. 16 states 5 times a number is decreased by 8 is less than 92. Choose the inequality to find the unknown number and then solve it. Well, 5 times a number decreased by 8 is less than 92. So there is the inequality. Then to solve it, remember adding and subtract before multiplying and dividing. So I add both sides, add 8 to both sides. That gives me 5n is less than 100. I then divide both sides by 5, and n is less than 20. And that would be my answer. Okay? All right, there they are, all worked out. If you got any questions, let me know. Have a great day.